All right. We got Midus. What's up, Midus?
What up, what up?
All right. First question I wanted to ask you. What year did you actually started like dancing, like style that you came up with? Like when was that?
I mean, I started dancing in '97. I'd been dancing since I was a little kid, but in '97 is when I first got into the breaking scene and started seeing that there was a community and got down serious, started training and hitting the ground.
Okay. Who were some of the earliest crews that you've seen that inspired you when you wanted to start dancing, like out here on the West Coast?
West Coast wise, the 101. Pasadena was my inspiration, from day one. When I say '97, I could name the exact moment where I had that awakening, this is a real dance and I gotta get into it. Was seeing Stuntman and Cusser at a water park called Raging Waters out here in LA, and there was a rave type of thing, high school house party rave type of thing that they threw there, and they were just repping 101 and killing the circle, and I was just like, fuck, I gotta get with that right there. And there was other crews you had of course Air Force crews, legendary, West Coast, LA, and just West Coast rockers and crews like that, but 101 is by far my biggest influence.
Okay. So what is the term casualty of ups? What does that stand for?
Casualties of ups is something Stuntman came up with. Stuntman from 101 Style Elements. He came up with that. It basically means at the time that he came up with it especially, but I mean even to this day, mad heads, they don't dance when they break. They might do the steps, but they don't really dance and they don't have that flavor on top. And we called it ups, you know what I mean? Dancing on top, we called it ups. And casualties ups means you don't have ups, you're gonna fall casualty in the circle, especially if you go up a cat like one of us from casualties that knows how to dance, and you don't have it, you're gonna fall casualty. That's it. So it just represents a lot of heads that were pushing ups in the scene from then all the way to today. Stuntman's thing, that's always his thing. That's how I got down with stunts. The first thing he said when I met him was he came up to me and was introduced himself and was yo, you got dope ups, I want you to be down with casualties. And that was my introduction to Stuntman. And he was obviously probably my biggest influence easily. So.
Okay. Another question I want to ask, probably because you're more closer to him, what's going on with Elsewhere? A lot of people always ask me, they said they like you and Elsewhere style, so
yeah.
You know what he's been up to lately?
Elsewhere is just doing his thing, man. He handles a lot of business and he still dances. He has a room in his house that's just wooden floor and mirrors, and he just trains there. And that's still my brother. We vibe out and keep in touch on a friendship thing and a dance thing. But he doesn't go out to jams and stuff, but he still does dance, always coming up with new stuff. He's doing little gigs and commercials here and there, but yeah, he's just chilling. People move on, they do other things in their lives, but the dance thing for cats like Elsewhere is I don't think ever gonna go away. But he's still
right.
around.
So how do you feel about being in Style Elements right now in 2011 compared to you've always been casualty of ups, originality stands alone? What does Style Elements mean to you?
Well, I gotta say, I mean, when I said 101 inspiration, that was my early inspiration. The Style Elements is obviously, the Style Elements inspiration just went like a tidal wave all over the world and hit us in LA. They're so close by. 101 actually, Style Elements were close back in the day, so Pole 1 was always around early in LA. One of my biggest influences too. So Style Elements thing today is it's necessary, man. That's all it is. It's the scene needs it. The scene is watered down like crazy. They took the breaking and took it to some left field shit where it's by itself, but we gotta bring it back to the hip hop culture element where's the graph at, where's the DJing at, where's the MCing at. It's all one thing. It's not a separate little tap dance, competition. So Style Elements is necessary. Style Elements, it's an honor to even be considered to be part of the family, and I'm gonna put what I do into the bigger mix, and it's just an honor and it's just a necessary thing, and it's a movement thing, you know what I mean? Style Elements is bring back the style to the dance and bring back the elements to the dance, the elements of hip hop.
Right. Do you have any advice to newer b-boys if they want to creativity? What should they be inspired by instead of always looking like everybody that breaks today?
Yo, that's easy.
Especially if you're from Cali, though,
Yeah. Well, this is what I would say, man. Wherever you're from, you just need to break that fear. I notice a lot of heads are scared to be themselves in the circle, and you can feel it. And then when you talk to them, it just confirms it. You know what I mean? I've heard young heads tell me yeah, man, I like your style, but I want to do this, but I want to enter competitions too, and I can't advance if I do that. So like on the rim, man, fuck a competition, man. Be yourself. If you're scared to be yourself and create and contribute, you're not a b-boy. I don't care what anybody says. That's like a common sense thing. So, you know, be yourself, push the boundaries, you get your props, man. Trust me, and you'll change the minds of the judges. That's when you'll really be on top of your game. Is when you can enter a competition and flip the script on everybody, the audience, the judges. That's a real impact that you can make. So, man, West Coast wise, man, West Coast, you know, there's KRS once said it, the East created it, the West decorated it. You know what I mean? Stylements, again, perfect proof of that. 90s, that's a West Coast thing. To me, you know, like innovation is part of the West Coast thing. DJ and Q-Bert and all those cats, to graffiti, MSK, AWR, CBS, like MCing, Freestyle Fellowship, Project Glow, like we put in work for the culture and flip stuff. You know what I mean? And that's the West Coast legacy, that's the East Coast legacy. But yeah, man, we gotta hold it up high and do our thing and be ourselves, have fun, but there's principles.
Right.
Maintain that.
You got any last shout outs before we end the interview? You want to shout out anybody?
Yo, man, shout out to Mikey-Ice. I know you've been doing your thing. It's a pleasure to meet you, brother, and I appreciate you interviewing me and all that. Style Elements crew, of course. And, you know, never forget, originality stands alone, man. We live by that. And that's my family all day. Catch Lisa up. And shout out to everybody, man, doing their thing. And keep it one love, man. One love.
All right.